welcome back to the channel. Fool, thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for like videos like this.
How is he moving? Wait, how they moving? What the hell? Oh my gosh! What the? Yo! How is it moving like that?
I know I ain't the smartest man in the world, but the government playing with the weather. How is it snowing and this here twisting and moving by itself like the nigga fingers on Stranger Things? I'm cool.
Erica in this film was set to play a character named Evelyn Mathis. We know this because we found the remnant of a Kickstarter that was still available to the public. Now, I wish I had given to this when it was first put up back in 2012, 2013, because I would then be able to open all of these posters and learn more about that particular character. But I can tell you definitively that this was a movie about corporate espionage, assassins, and technology, nanotech, all used to help the government and corporate financial institutions maintain power. I am not kidding. I'm going to read you the description here before showing you a video. It says, in the world of tomorrow, the mind has become a hard drive linked to the internet. And once the present divide between technology and humanity has become next to non-existent, driving this world forward are the many emerging multinational corporations that have grown in power far beyond.
I told y'all, Hollywood don't play fair. They been had Kais in that, just like they forcing him into the modeling and fashion industry, which I know is corrupt. It's wicked there. Oh, it's wicked. But this is another ritual that he has to go through. Have y'all seen the actual pictures that they uploaded of him? Oh, he looked like a brand new person, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Now look at this. What? Oh, he's painting his nails now. He's going to be cross-dressing. Oh, I can see it now. I don't even believe that's even him anymore. Oh, they got Kai in a sunken place. His clothing looks horrific. I'm just going to say, this is all AI. I'm logging off.
He was conducting a ritualistic black mass. All of a sudden he comes to and he finds himself in this house and there's the 3 dead bodies around him. What is really interesting, it was in the middle of the afternoon, bright sun. Out the front window, I saw the first police cruiser come in, turn into the driveway, and I saw his headlights on. And they were shining through the darkness. He was perceiving reality as the demon experiences it. Although it was a bright sunny day, for the demon everything is darkness, and that's how Tommy was perceiving reality. He will never be released from prison. He will die in prison, all because he made a choice to worship the devil with a black mask.
It ain't soda if it ain't Coca-Cola. Shit, no.
This the one.
Hey!
Did you know that we are actually the minority? That
Really?
majority people don't hear a voice in their head or see pictures.
What?
I didn't know that either. I researched it.
Except for those who have, what, mental illness, I guess?
No, but like when you're reading a book and you can hear your voice reading the book, or you hear other voices, like you talked about, you like to hear Dobby and all that. When we are the minority.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
The majority of people do not have an audible voice in their head or their own voice when they think or when they read, majority of people have no sound in their head.
Are you telling me I'm more special than I already am?
Oh,
That's
I just wanted to show real quick something that I thought was unique. So in Russia, for us at least, we have two doors. Our interior door, which is still probably thicker than most people's American doors in the States. This is solid wood all the way through. But check out this exterior door to our apartment. You have what's pretty much like a bank vault door with multiple locks that you can use. Does anyone else have a door like this in America? Please let me know.
I was told there's a woman who is Order of the Eastern Star, and that she's gone through rituals that allow her body to be used much like my body can be used. And if her and I come together in agreement and agree to give our physical bodies over to these spirits, we can birth the Christ through us. That's what they told me. They said that you have to be in agreement, and at this point I had given my body over so much. They would, like, this Jesus character would fill me and have sex with my wife, and like I'd kind of be out of body and watching it happen. He was showing me that he can use my reproduction organs. He was showing me that he can birth himself through them. This is how Nephilim are born. It 100%. Like I know I experienced it on a very deceiving level, but that's what they were after. They were trying to make that happen.
Oh my god. Shoe size 10, toe size 18.
What's that? Oh, there's some secret information coming out about Antarctica. Tell me more. Yeah, there's more top secret information as to why people can't go to Antarctica and why everybody around the world is prevented from going there. Okay. Yeah, it's being said that there's way more lands beyond Antarctica. Okay. And that only certain people get to go there and live there. Okay. It's being said that beyond Antarctica, people would age differently, much slower. Gravity's a little bit different. Time's different. Different beings are there. Different animals and species are there. Okay. What's really interesting is it's been reported that certain ice there, if you were to consume it, it would heal you of anything, and you would basically be able to live forever. Okay.
You guys, this is like actually freaking me out so bad because I never thought that this would happen to me. But look at this. So I have this Apple Pencil and I was looking for a new tip for it because the first gen wears down a lot, right? So I thought that was it. Like I thought I was just gonna, but look at this. Where the hell did this come from? No tip, no top. I don't understand. I just like what? Okay, and then watch this though. This is actually insane because I thought that I brought my pen with me because it's this one, right? Like I thought that I brought my pen with me when I went to look for the tip, but then this is my study station. What is happening? Why do I have 3
This is fucking bananas. Nah, no way. No fucking way Shorty is taking this shit outside in a box. I think y'all niggas might be correct. New York is not a real place.
That dog needs to be put on administrative leave and be under investigation.
Aliens in that movie, they actually found aliens in South America, in Peru, called the Tridactyls. Okay? If you A and B,
they found aliens?
They found aliens, yes. They're called these reptilian-looking beings that are 4 and 5 foot tall, 3 fingers, called the Tridactyls. Okay? They're mummified. Now, if you A and B that with the Tridactyls and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it's literally the same face. So, again, Spielberg doesn't miss.
The funny thing, okay, so he didn't make contacts, Spielberg.
I want to share with you the first language ever spoken in this 15-dimensional universal time matrix. So way before ancient India, Gurumukhi, Sanskrit, there was a migration from Egypt. Now I know a lot of people, guy TV things are saying that our spiritual origins in Egypt. That is false. Before Egypt, there was a migration from Atlantis, Noah's Atlantis. Before Atlantis, there was Lemuria. Present day, you'll find them in Kauai, Hawaii, as well as Shasta, California, and there's a whole history behind this. And before Lemuria, there were the 12 original celestial human tribes, and the first Christos language spoken in this universe, from which all other external languages come from, is called Anuhazi.
Stop playing.
This boulder in a Paris art gallery has been where a French artist has spent a week of his life. Abraham Poincheval made a victory sign as he was helped from the 12-ton limestone boulder, where he has been entombed since the 22nd of February. His next performance will involve sitting on eggs in an attempt to hatch them.
After 3.5 billion years of evolution, he rocked the pinnacle of profundity.
Now, the reason I know for a fact that there is, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, a friend of mine works for DEA, and they set up cameras on game trails to see where the Chinese nationals who got here illegally are traveling into the forest to these grow operations. On several of his cameras, he's seen something step into view, completely covered in hair, cover up his camera or destroy his camera. He said to me, he said, this camera was 12 feet up on a tree. He said something walked past and one step grabbed it, crushed it, and kept it going. Kept it moving. There's no human being who can do that.
Nothing. Bad Bunny is a plan. You know who's the owner of the Bad Bunny company? Rafael Jimenez Dan, vice president of the defense of Chavez in Venezuela.
You think he's a plant, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it is. Everybody is bland. You know, everybody is like this. Don't see the truth. They have a plan to destroy the democracy. They want to be everybody be comunista. Show me what happened with comunista in Venezuela, or in Cuba, or in Nicaragua. Show me what good do. Nothing.
And I hate to tell most people, people have kind of built a religion around different aliens that are visiting us for our higher good and all of this. nothing from our religions or these created beliefs about UFOs and aliens, whether we've created it in our minds or this thing has projected it to us, none of it is what is really going on. But don't be disappointed, because whatever this phenomenon is, whatever is really going on, is far more freaking interesting than the shit we've come up with.
Giants existed, and I have proof. They found a giant skeleton in 1845 in Evansville, Indiana. It was 18 feet tall, and it weighed 1,500 pounds. It was found buried 60 feet below the earth in clay, perfectly preserved. One of its teeth weighed 6 pounds. This is what a 6-pound tooth looks like. This is what an 18-foot tall skeleton looks like. I went to the libraryofcongress.gov, where they catalog all newspapers from the beginning of America. They go back to the 1400s. You can go there and search any topic you want. I punched in giant skeleton. It came back with over 20,000 results from the 1800s alone. I clicked on it. Of the first 3, 2 of them were crazy that I found. This one was maybe the craziest. The other 2 could be crazier. Giants had horns, it said. I'll make another video about that. Thank you for watching.
At Taco Bell, customers always come first.
Since this gets over into the future and 2012, what the P45s, meaning they are from the future 45,000 years ahead of
45,000 years ahead on a separate timeline than what we are presently on, or a timeline that we could transition over to from where we are now. If we are to accept that we transition, God forbid, from timeline 1 to timeline 2, they would be considered 45,000 years and 52,000 years, respectively, ahead of us. The individuals who dumped near Roswell, New Mexico, back in the 40s, were approximately 24,000 years ahead of us in timeline 2.
We're on timeline 1, I'm assuming, today. And we're headed for 2012, and theoretically, a catastrophe that may or may not happen.
Right around now, yeah.
Right around now?
Yeah.
And this catastrophe, has this got anything to do with Planet X?
I don't know. There is the most honest answer I can provide you. I know a lot of lore about a rogue planet coming in. However, the material that I've actually seen on a repetitive crossing, if you will, of Earth with catastrophic influences happens not only because of a matter of physics of rogue, and I don't mean this toward like J-Rod rogue, but rogue crossings near Earth asteroids or comets to precipitate the catastrophe. There would be, as we pass into the plane of Milky Way, some sort of energetic burst through the plane of the galaxy by virtue of wormholes that are travel through the plane of the galaxy from the center of the galaxy, which have been depicted in ancient lore called the serpent rope, even of the ancients, and that the serpent rope would return at the time of the end of the Mayan calendar, revealing, and there are several perspectives as to what it will reveal. But that during this same time, the history of the J-Rods record, this burst will cause a disruption in the sun, and that concomitantly with energetic bursts from the sun and from the wormholes which would be passing through our planet, that there would be a disaster provoked by virtue of these time travel devices, the Stargate devices, and the type of viewing devices, the looking glass devices, spontaneously turning on and directing an inappropriate amount of energy into the crust of the earth, precipitating a geophysical disaster. This geophysical disaster, in accordance with the history of the J-Rods, record that over 4,157,000,000 died over a several-year period by virtue of a geophysical shift in the crust.
So this is...
Who are they? Why are they here? Why don't they show us what's going on?
I think I have a good degree of confidence that the reason they're here is us. I think life, especially sentient life, is a precious thing. And I think to some, it might be a resource. I think humanity to some level is a resource for them.
Like a commodity?
Possibly a commodity, possibly a form of entertainment, possibly medical related.
Think they live here?
Yes.
For all intents and purposes?
Yes.
Always?
Basically. I don't know about always, but it certainly appears that they have been here for most of recorded history. At least some element of this has been here for most of human recorded history.
You think we would see them if they didn't let us see them? Even with our more advanced sensors, that they pop up, but they can also disappear. And do they allow us to get these glimpses? Is that a game of some sort, I wonder? Or an education process?
It's a bizarre one that I could not understand if it is a game. I think they're both just as powerful as we think, but also less. And I think there is not a single they here. Certainly multiple factions of the same species, if not multiple species. And all the complexity that brings, which might be our best hope.
Do they have an agenda? There's different types. What are your philosophies on this? Like, who are the others? Why are they here? And you've touched upon it. I know we're kind of going back a little bit, but that is the big question. And I just wanted to separate so people understand your exposure and your personal conclusions.
So I have been exposed to no direct information on the anatomy, biology, intentions, culture, politics.
Never came across those files?
Never came across those. I think those are all some of the deepest secrets.
Right. They would be if this is correct information.
What I have learned is that we live in a dream, a carefully constructed reality. We make use of a science that is tightly controlled and suppressed and distorted. I think we are left behind.
Humans.
I think normies, the normal humans, the people have been left behind. Us. People need to understand that we might have freedom of speech, but that has been subverted. We do not have freedom of inquiry. We are blocked from learning what we need to know. Just in the public world, we are blocked from advancing in science. We are taught false science intentionally to prevent us from learning more. We live in the Matrix. It's just much more boring than
I've done this for years, and this has never happened. Not once. Never, not once, never, ever, ever. We're talking hundreds of hours of editing, and it just so happens that it's with Erica Kirk. If you follow me, you know I edit videos all the time. That's what I do, and interject. I've never had this happen before, and this is weird. I've never had this happen. Scrolling back, and I do that every single time for every video, and I've never had this happen. hoping somebody can explain this to me so I don't weird myself out, because... Did I mention this has never happened before? And if it is some weird technical thing, why now? Why after years and hundreds of hours of editing? Why now? Why her?
He transcended reality after his dealer sold him some good shit.
I hope it's getting it on the camera. I can't even see the screen. Holy shit! What in the hell? This is bizarre. You see that? See that cloud right there? See that bright spot? Now watch at the top in that little V where that bright spot is. Watch that bright spot jumping around. I can see that. What in the hell is going on? This is bizarre. This is crazy. Whoa, look at that! The red one, you see that?
And this is what the freaking winters look like in Buffalo. Welcome to freaking Buffalo, guys. This is a whole lot of fun. Oh my God. This is a lot of fun. I can't even see the freaking road. Look at the car that's gonna pass by. I feel bad for that person. Yes, slow it down. Slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Cause how can you drive in this weather? That's a recipe for disaster. Let's see where they're going. Dude, why is anyone even driving in this weather?
So where do you draw the line? If
That's what makes me scared to even know.
Right, because
My grandma,
that God ain't write that book. The Bible we all reading was created by King James, who had several gay boyfriends, killed his own mother to become king. After he edited the Bible, he had a series of books called Demonology. He was demon possessed when he did this whole process. That's the whole thing about this. All of the people we see winning with fucked up lifestyles, they made covenants with demons.
So
Facts.
What's the end goal for them?
Oh, the end goal for them is eternal damnation, because people who walk in the light have to wake up and stand on business. Because without that, they want to enslave us and our children. And us as men, we always revolt. Even back to the Sumerian tablets with the Anunnaki, we revolted. That's why they left us here.
But like Elon Musk and him?
He's a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years of experience right there, boys. Take notes.
Meu nome é Ítalo Danelli Venturelli. Eu juro que o que eu vou dizer para vocês é verdade, nada mais do que a verdade. Sou médico há 46 anos e em 1996, no dia 20 de janeiro, eu fui chamado para ver um paciente, né? E quando eu fui ver, não era um ser do nosso planeta, né? que fui chamado eventualmente para dar minha opinião sobre o caso, e eu vi o caso sob o ponto de vista médico. Consciente, sem dor, sem sangramento, respirando bem, muito calmo, muito tranquilo, parecia uma criança de uns 7 anos, branquinho, não tinha mau cheiro, a cabecinha grande, mas em forma de gota, né? Boca pequenininha, uma das mãos estava dentro de um campo e outra para fora. O olho não era vermelho, estava lilás, também em forma de gota, e me olhou de uma maneira muito tranquila, não estava agitado, não estava agressivo, não estava com dor, e na minha opinião não estava com medo também. Na minha opinião, estava entendendo o que estava acontecendo ali. É um olhar muito bonito de ver, um olhar assim sem julgamento, né? 2 vezes ele olhou para mim, olhou para a janela, olhou para mim outra vez. Eu senti assim, eu fiquei próximo dele, né? 1,5 metro, assim, não toquei nele, mas eu fiquei próximo. E a maneira de olhar é uma maneira assim que ele parece que era uma inteligência maior do que a nossa, do que a humana, né? Que ele estava entendendo, apesar de ele estar assim numa situação de defesa, ele não estava com medo, ele estava entendendo o que estava acontecendo, né? Possivelmente deveria ter algum propósito, alguma coisa para estar fazendo o que ele estava fazendo. E a verdade é que eu sou testemunha ocular, eu vi o ser sim. Podem falar o que for, brincam, zombam, falam uma porção de coisas, mas eu vi ali, deitado na minha frente. É importante as pessoas saberem que não estamos falando de dinheiro, estamos falando de uma coisa que muda o conceito da humanidade, né? Que é um ser de um outro local. Eu fui lá, não fui procurar, eu fui lá por um acaso, ver um outro paciente e eu vi. Então eu acho importante as pessoas saberem que sim, quem fala que viu, quem viu espaçonave, viu, nós vimos mesmo. E não é fácil ficar aqui na frente da câmera falando sobre isso. Que perguntam, parece que a gente está mentindo, você tem que insistir. Já jurei que vi mesmo e vi, né? Que os seres mais novos acreditem que existe sim.
So yesterday I'm seeing these chemtrails, and today I'm in my sauna, sweating, and I want to tell everyone why. The first test that we did, Pastor, was we went and we sweated, and I sweated for a bunch of days, but I sweated and collected the sweat samples and then an engineer and sent them off to the lab and said, what's coming out when there's no chemtrails? And what we found really corroborates Dane Wigington's great work at Geoengineering Watch and also Mike Adams, Health Ranger's great work on the sky fallout. We corroborated that what's coming out of us are aluminum, barium, and strontium. But this is where it gets really exciting. The aluminum is far and away the largest short-circuiting heavy metal that we are being exposed to in these chemtrails. So with no chemtrails, the amount that came out in my sweat, Pastor, was 281 nanograms per gram. Now that's more than triple any other metal coming out. So we know that where that's still coming in from every time there is a chemtrail, and maybe I didn't sweat before that, it showed up. And now check this number out. 281 is the number, 281. Now, the day after a chemtrail, same experiment, just same sample size, everything. We collected the sweat again, 2,958 nanograms per gram. We went from 281 to 2,958 nanograms overnight, just with chemtrail days. So the first message we have to get out to everyone who loves God, we have to get this out, is that when you see a chemtrail, it is your duty to sweat within 24 hours to get that waste that you have just breathed in, you couldn't even see it, get it out of your body before it can embed in your cell structure and start disrupting the electricity that God designed your body to flow on.
Shit like this. Bro, are we fucking serious right now? That is crazy.
I am so convinced when people leave this earth, their spirits are still with us. You know, you kind of notice people sometimes say it's a butterfly, it's a cardinal, it's a rainbow. The signs I've gotten from Trey aren't just generic. It's like very specific. About 2 weeks before he died, he dropped off this potted plant with a sweet note. So that's the last thing I got from my brother. My oldest child at the time was going into 1st grade. He's like, can I tell you about a dream I had? An evil villain named Captain Pete who was trying to take over the world, and the kids fought back. and defeated the evil Captain Pete.
Holy shit.
And he didn't know that Trey had been abused by someone named Pete. That's one example. And then I took him to Paris. That exact flower that Trey had dropped off on my porch before he died was on our breakfast table. And no other tables around us have these flowers.
Go Yakomimo, go Yakomimo, go. Go Yakomimo, go Yakomimo, go. Go Yakomimo, go Yakomimo, go.
A Florida man says he was teleported into a stolen BMW before crashing at 130 miles per hour. Then later on he said, "Thank you for saving me from the aliens." What?
You saved me from the aliens.
So deputies pulled up to the scene and yeah, they found a BMW that was dismantled pretty much. The front end was folded, the airbags was blown, but then there was the guy standing barefoot bleeding. So he can't explain where these BMW came from. He can't really explain how he crashed the BMW doing 130 miles per hour. And he just keeps mumbling like he's switching from dimensions. So this is a crazy story here.
I got one security. Thank you for saving me. Give me just 1 second. That's not gonna catch it off. All right. You got him. He's out. I got him now. Yeah. Signal 20 says. Oh my God.
He started crying and begging to the officers, "Thank you for saving me from the aliens." So apparently he was just kind of lost. He didn't know where he was. So the claim here is he was teleported into these BMW, crashing at 130 miles per hour, running from aliens. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section.
Who's more powerful, the custodians, the Anunnaki, or the reptilians? Now in the great map, here's our lands, here's the Anunnaki, here's the custodians, and up here is the reptilians. In the times of Tartaria, we had giants in those days, we had advanced technology and even harnessed energy through our buildings. But in the last reset, we had the custodians and the Anunnaki working together who came through and destroyed all of that. Here's the land of the reptilians, and they live outside of the mainlands in the Isle of Reptiles, and focus on building underground tunnels and subway systems. Then we have the Anunnaki who focus on building pyramids in the lands that they conquer, which all of the lands across the Great Dome that have pyramids were proof that the Anunnaki have went there and conquered. Then we have the custodians, which are the most powerful of them all. They have the most advanced technology, and they control most of the lands inside of the Great Dome. They fight against the Anunnaki in most cases, but sometimes they work together to conquer different lands. Like our situation before the last reset when we had the giants helping us on our side. It took both the custodians and the Anunnaki working together to be able to conquer us and destroy Tartaria before our last reset. So the custodians and the Anunnaki are far more powerful than the reptilians, but when it comes to who's most powerful, it's definitely the custodians.
What? Is that a bar in the back of that truck? Oh, God.
These things can read your mind. They're connected to our thoughts. This is why one thing I can promise you, if you're a God-fearing man and you know the Bible, one thing that the church knows is they always preach. You'll hear it all the time. Only God can read your thoughts. Only heaven, not that the devil can't read your thoughts, right? So this is something taught to all Christians from early on. You know, the devil can whisper in your ear, but he can't read your mind. Well, they read your mind, and they know they're connected to us. They're connected to our thoughts. They know your heart, they know your intentions, and somehow or another, Sean, they have the ability to stop the timeline, to manifest things, to make things happen, and to I've seen it 1,000 times. People come to see the phenomenon with me. I've had many as 75 with me at the time, and it appears. But there are certain people, if they're afraid, or if they're skeptical, I can tell you, skeptical people about this phenomenon will never see anything. They're left out because if they know your free will, they don't want to change your, go against your free will. But they can appear in a group of 50 people standing beside me, and that one skeptical person will look that way for 1 second, and it'll appear in front of everybody else. I've seen it 1,000 times. It knows where you're going to look before you look.
Interesting.
Yeah, seriously.
You had mentioned, I believe you had 2 near-death experiences before this incident. One at age 10?
10, I was shot point blank with a shotgun.
What was that near-death experience?
Well, it was New Year's Day, 1972. After hunting season, season had gone out on the 31st, and so it was fix the roads on Saturday and cook a hog. So we got all these men, this part of the club, were out repairing the roads and all the farm, right? And my grandfather and the farmer that owned the land was at the club tending to the hog on the cooker.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah.
That's how the series The Walking Dead started.
I don't know why the lights are on, but I'm going inside of this house. I just heard my sister's voice, and I'm sick of this. And I need to figure out what's going on so I can put a stop to it. Why is this chair in the middle of the floor?
They would bring in Satanists to curse their music and the drugs to make it more addictive. So not only is a person dealing with a chemical dependency or music, but there's now actually a demon associated.
Y'all, why does it sound like my camera is hacked? Who's there? Why can I hear myself? What the?
I'm fucking coming! Get to my fucking chopper!
What the fuck is this? Oh, bro, what is this?
Hey, Peter!
Who is this? Who are you?
Who are you, mate? You called me.
I didn't call anybody.
You called my number just now.
No, this is a Ring camera. This is a Ring camera on my...
I'm getting a call from America.
I'm not calling you. This is a Ring.
Yeah, you ringed me, mate.
How could I...
You just said you ringed me.
No.
You just said you ringed
No,
me, mate.
no, I open my door and you're on my Ring. I hear voices on my Ring.
When I opened my front door.
Well, I'm gonna hang up the call here, mate. I don't know why you called me, but please don't call back.
I want to say hi, but it looks so damn real.
I think that our society is designed to distract you from the fact that you're going to die. Because if you thought really and internalized the fact that you're going to die, you wouldn't pay attention to the meaningless shit that keeps the machine moving. Like you would just stop buying a lot of what they're selling. I think that we deny death because it's a great mystery. We're terrified of it. And we culturally just reaffirm it over and over by hiding it from people. There is something I will tell you, being a hospital, I think, here's a hot take. I think when you turn 18, you should have to do a year or two of mandatory hospice volunteering.
Damn.
I think if you spent time with the terminally ill when you were 18, 19 years old, it changed my entire way of viewing the world.
Because they gave you a glimpse into the finiteness, and that changes how you behave.
Just realize that there's so much of this shit doesn't matter. Like, spend time with people that are dying. They don't really, all their stuff is a great big pile of nothing. Like, all that they can talk about is like the people that they love, the connections that they made, the experiences that they had that were beautiful or painful. And you, when you're around them, like, you could have a lot of stuff going on in your day. But I would do like a hospice visit. And by the way, like, as a hospice volunteer, you don't like sit and talk about, how are you feeling about the fact you're dying? Very rarely did anybody want to talk about, like, you're dealing with this big thing. Let me help with some of these other things. But I would walk out of every single hospice visit. Like, all the other stuff going on in my life right now, I don't have that. Like, I don't have what's going on behind that door right here on a street just like the street you live on. Like, this is it. This is it. And everything else falls away. All the bullshit falls away. All the things that were so important 5 minutes ago when you got that diagnosis or you got told we can't do anything more. Like, when my mom had her last cancer surgery before she passed away 10 years ago, they had said this is going to be about a 12-hour surgery. And there's going to be a team of surgeons working because there's different spots we have to. So we like tucked in at the waiting room at Sloan Kettering. We're like, okay, we're going to be here a really long time. 20 minutes later, they came in and they said, it's like a bomb went off. Like, the cancer is everywhere. We opened her up. We closed her up. There's nothing we could do. And in that moment, all of the other things that I was stressed about and worried about and all that, the volume was turned so far down on all those things because my mom was going to die. All that became important was, how can I spend a little more time with her? How can I make sure she knows I love her? How can I savor this wonderful thing, which, by the way, you're dying. Like, Lisa's dying. There is a finite number of times you will kiss your wife. You don't know the number, but it's a number. Like, I'll be able to tell you it someday. Like, there's a finite number, though. Like, and you won't know until you've crossed over it, until you've passed it, that was it. That was the last time. Like, and that, to me, like, if you don't keep that in your line of sight, you're a fool. You're a fool, because you're going to think you get to do that forever. You're going to think you get to do that all the time, and you don't. You will not do that forever. Like, there's a finite number of times, and that's the most beautiful thing in the world. It's what makes that so special, is that it's finite. Like, if it lasted forever, like, to live forever would be a curse. Like, being Dracula is a curse, But the truth is, like, she's alive right now. Right now, she's alive. She's in the other room. She's right there, and you get to kiss her as many times as you want to. And isn't that the greatest thing in the world?
A cigarette?
You just doing anything. Oh my, bro, I fuck with you. I fuck with you, bro.
He's smiling, y'all. He's smiling. That mask is pain, though.
He's equipped with whatever give him the best stats.
Ha! Gay!
Okay.
And that's a wrap for today, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.